Well, good afternoon, everyone. We're still standing strong down here in front of the Nevada Southern Detention Center, and we're going to get Keith out of jail here. We've got a lot of updates to tell you here in just a minute. But how long have you been in here again now?
3 hours today and 2 hours yesterday, so I got 5 hours in solitary confinement.
A total of 5 hours in solitary confinement.
And Emmett Bundy's been there for 13. He was stripped naked with the handcuffs behind his back, and he had leg shackles. He was cruel and unusual punishment.
It is. Well, we're going to get you out of there.
Ready?
Yes, we're ready. Then we'll give you guys some updates here. Judy Lee said she put some money on your account, Keith.
Well, thank you, Judy.
It doesn't matter what you put on there, just any little bit helps. And we'll go over these permits just shortly here and give you an update, because we got some, you can't make this stuff up that we've got going on down here. It's just plumb ludicrous how these people try to run these counties, and I can't believe we're paying them. Well, thanks a lot, Keith. You're tired, I can tell you are. We left him in there a long time because I had to run off to town and find out some information. But I'm going to come over here and try to get out of some wind here and give you an update. We still got people down here. We're eating a late lunch, and we'll give you an update here. So as you know, we did receive mail down here in at the camp this morning. I'll get out here so the sun isn't in my eyes. We went down there to talk to the city down here, or actually the county, the planning division, about some permits they wanted us to possibly get out here. And they cannot make up their mind whether we need permits or we don't need permits. And so we've been discussing that and arguing it with different offices down here. So at this moment, we still haven't bought a permit at all, which I don't feel like we needed to buy a permit. We're out here in the middle of nowhere. They've even made fun of us out here, saying you're in the middle of nowhere. Nobody even sees you. And now they're wanting us to buy permits when we're out in the middle of nowhere, where there's no rules or no regulations supposedly out here. And now they're trying to make it up and tell us there are. We've got some county commissioners that tell us we don't need nothing. Then another county commissioner here that tells us we need all this kind of stuff. And what we're finding out is we don't need a permit out here. But we've had several property owners from around the prison here that has reached out to us and gave us permission to camp on their property and continue this protest, or this support of the political prisoners. So now we have down the road down here, we have the complete back of the prison that we can camp at, and we can continue camping peacefully. We can continue marching around this complete jail. We pulled all the property owners that are completely around it to figure out who owns what. One of the city workers was very, very helpful in getting us names and addresses and all that stuff. So we're going to continue right out front here every day with our rally. If this property owner does not want us to camp here, which we have not heard that word from him personally just yet, he's a doctor, and we have reached out to him and he hasn't answered us back. We are still planning on having our rally right here in front of the Nevada Southern Detention Center yet. We're just not going to be camping here overnight at this moment. But behind the prison, which we're even closer to the prison, we've gotten permission to camp back there, to set up our whole thing, and it's even more private back there where we're not going to be bothering anybody. So that's what we know right now, is that we do not need no permits. There isn't even no permits to sell to us if we wanted to buy them. We're out here in the middle of nowhere. Why would we need a permit to peacefully assemble, to use our First Amendment right when we're on a public easement? It's public property here. We don't need any of these permits on public property to peacefully assemble, and that's exactly what we're doing. So we will be moving some campers and some tents right down the street down here at the back of the prison. The ones of you that have watched us do the Jericho March, there's a back road that we turn on and we go down behind the back of the prison. We'll be at that back gate also now, so we'll have both places instead of just one. And we've got a lot more people coming. Tomorrow we have a lot more people coming. And we do have the blessings of these property owners behind the prison to continue this. So our prayers have been answered. We're going to continue out here. We're going to have the Cowboys out here tomorrow. And we are going to do our Jericho March just like we always do out here. People want to take away people's rights. And they don't love the Constitution. They have no love for honest and true laws of the land. And we know they've been trying to take these laws away from us for years and years and years. But we still have our First Amendment right, and we're still going to continue doing what we're doing. There's our famous UPS driver to just come by again. He always gives us a wave and gets constitutions from us. So we have a lot of support down here, as you can just imagine. And it was just plumb. You can't make this kind of stuff up. When you go down there, you're told to go buy a permit from the sheriff, undersheriff himself, which is not really an undersheriff at this time, as he's done told us. He's not even commissioned. I don't know if he gets paid or he's a ride-along. I'm not for sure, because he's actually not the So we know that that he's not even actually a sheriff yet, or an undersheriff, because he's not even commissioned to have his job, because he can't pass the test to do his job, we're being told. He even told us that himself. But we're going to continue down here. We welcome you to come down here tomorrow and join us for the Jericho March. We're going to have lots of horses, lots of people down here, good food, and we'll just be moving our campers and tent sites to another spot around here. So yes, we're being peaceful. We're not trying to encroach on anybody else's property down here. Where we're camping at, that property owner has obviously received threats, and a lot of threats from other people that don't want us here. So he's decided that he doesn't want us on the private property, which is off the highway here. So we'll be moving those campers and tents just down the street behind the prison instead. And we're still going to continue. We still have actually a better place over there, because the prisoners can actually hear us even better over there behind the prison than they can here. We'll be right up against the back of the prison. So it's actually a blessing in disguise. And we're all excited down here and going to keep standing strong. And we encourage you all to come down here and join us tomorrow. So that's kind of what's going on down here at Camp Liberty. We did get mail today, for the ones that don't know it. So we got our first letters, and we'll continue. If you got mail, send it down here to us. We're receiving the mail, so that's still continuing. And so we appreciate it, everybody. Thank you for praying for us, and we'll keep you posted as things progress down here. Other than that, that's all I have for you today. And until next time, keep praying for us, and we'll keep you updated. Thanks a lot from Camp Liberty.
Kelly Stewart here, giving you guys an update on Camp Liberty. I'll wait a minute for some people to come on, and you guys can tell me if you can hear me okay, because I'm out here at a rest stop. So I wanted to give you guys an update on what's going on up at Camp Liberty. I know there's been some confusion today. Hey Jules, I did get a call back from the undersheriff. So I thought I'd give you guys a quick update on what's going on with that. So I'll do a quick recap of what happened today, because it's been a little bit confusing as to who owns what, but this is what the undersheriff just told me when he called me back. Well, first I'm sorry, I'll do a quick update. Hey guys, so the undersheriff called me back, and he said that earlier today he went out to Camp Liberty, and he was telling the people there that that the private property that we're actually camping on, where the tents are, is on private property, and that private property owner has been getting lots of calls, and it is now because of that asking that we not camp there. Thank you, trolls. Congratulations. So he had said, though, for the easement, so the easement would be like half of the road, and then, I don't know, X amount of feet into the private property would be a county easement. He's saying that this morning he was saying that in order to stay parked where everybody was parked, that they needed to get a permit from the county. So this was troubling to me, and I actually made a few calls to some awesome lawyers who work very closely with the ACLU, who said, I don't think so. The codes, the statutes that he was quoting do not apply to you guys for what you're doing. You're not blocking driveways, you're not blocking roads, and you're protesting, and that we were actually covered as far as the easement side goes. So I began pursuing how we could deal with that piece. Now, I understood we needed to leave the private property now that private property owner was saying, okay, I don't want this, I don't want problems. I'm getting all these phone calls, you guys need to find a different place to camp. Okay, great, right? We're going to totally respect the private property rights. The problem was he was saying a permit had to be gained in order for us to park our cars or sit in chairs within the easements. So that's where we started going down the legal route of, what do we need to do? Maybe we need to file some injunctions here. Maybe we need to make sure that the sheriff's department understands that they're being incredibly arbitrary over this, and that they don't have the right to tell us that we have to gain a permit to sit on the side of the road and protest. It doesn't work that way. So we started going down that route, and I did a post about it. And then I called the sheriff's department multiple times, could not reach any of, hey Gavin, couldn't reach any of the sheriffs. I couldn't reach any sergeants. I couldn't reach anybody on duty. And then finally received a call back from the undersheriff, who said he is the active sheriff at this time, or acting sheriff at this time. He said some interesting things to me. First, he's watching these live feeds. He let me know that. So, hello, undersheriff. I'm going to go ahead and relay what we discussed to the public because, of course, they have a right to know what's going on. So, he said he was mistaken earlier when he told them that they had a right to be there. He said that they don't have a right to be even parked on the side of the road because he says the county actually never was given an easement from the property owner to put the road in. So technically speaking, the property owner could actually block the road where traffic is and say, you don't have a right to be here. This is my private property. I made it very clear to him that that's absolutely ludicrous to think that the county would come in and pave roads on people's private property without gaining permission through a legal easement to do so, because what that essentially means is that every time we drive down this road in front of the jail, that we're trespassing. So he says that is true, though. That's what's happening, and he gave me the phone number of a man he wanted me to call and get some more details on it. He said, I can't answer any questions about easements or right-of-ways or any of that. Of course, he could this morning when he went out to tell the people to leave, but now he can't, as I'm questioning him on the authenticity of what he's telling me. So then the conversation continued, and he wanted me to understand how many death threats that he's received since this campout began. And the interesting thing about what he was sharing is that he was so focused on his narrative that he couldn't even grasp where we might be coming from. And it was very clear to me right off the bat that this is like an us against them thing in their mind when we're out there protesting a private facility, a private jail. So if they're not somehow in bed with this private facility, I'm not sure why they would be taking sides as the sheriff's department and be assuming that this is an us against them when they're supposed to be the neutral party. They're supposed to be the one who responds to either calls, right? Either side of the road that would call in complaints. But it became very clear to me that that's not where this sheriff's department is coming from. He said he's received over 100 death threats and that he has recorded them all. I assured him that nobody in any circle I'm running with is making death threats, and that this is a big, big world, and when people learn that somebody is being abused and their sheriff is not doing anything about it, maybe they get upset. Maybe they're making death threats. That's none of my business. I'm not going to go around policing the world telling them what they can and can't say. And I can only control myself and what I say and what the people in my immediate circle on my team would be doing. So as I assured him that that I would not support that, he pointed out to me that the death threats are actually coming from my page, is what he told me. He said, Kelly, the death threats and the request for an armed standoff is coming through your page. Okay, so maybe somebody's created a troll page or something in my name, and they're saying things that I have no idea about. But I made it very clear to him that what he was saying to me was not truth, that there are not threats coming through my page. In fact, some people have tried to criticize me because I did ask that this would be an unarmed protest. And I know some people didn't like that I presented that multiple times, but I have the right to request that of people. I also told him, though, that this was Nevada, and I said a lot of people in your state carry because it's their constitutionally protected right to do so. So I said I've actually done my part to go the other route with it, because I believe that that all we really need to do is bring attention to the abuses that are happening, and that's going to do far more than any. Would you get out of here? You're such a dork. We're trying to get back on the road, but it's taking forever. Between all the kids and multiple cars and multiple families, we're not getting very far, it seems, these days. But anyway, now I just totally threw off my train of thought. Okay, so I told him that this was a peaceful protest and that we're trying to bring attention to the abuses happening in the prison, that I don't see any reason for us to be armed. And he said that his officers have been very intimidated by us being there. And what was so interesting about that is that he couldn't even wrap his head around how we feel when his officers have shown up, because we're there protesting the abuses going on in the jail. We're actually calling out to the sheriff to come help and to come stand with us. But from his perspective, his officers are the ones who are intimidated. And I asked him, I said, do you understand at all that your officers can shoot me at any time? That I'm unarmed and I've called for an unarmed protest, but that they can shoot me at any time. And he said, my officers in Nye County, they've told you they can shoot you at any time. And I said, sir, if I reach for my chapstick in their presence because of the false narrative that you are feeding them about who I am, they absolutely can shoot me at any time, even in the back, and they will be justified in the public's eyes. But you want to talk to me about the 100 death threats, possibly empty death threats you've received, and you care nothing about how we feel when you guys come in with your lights on to say that we were stepping on private property. The disconnect is so big, because they truly believe that they have the right to do anything they want to do, but we don't even have the right to protest without feeling threatened and intimidated. I'm not calling them out to our camp. I'm not saying you guys need to come and duke this out with us. We're just out there pointing the finger at a private facility saying that facility right there is profiting. It's a human warehouse. They're beating people up. They're torturing them. They're leaving them overnight handcuffed in shower stalls, stripping them naked and leaving them in solitary confinement for over 40 days, which is cruel and unusual punishment. I said, we're just out here bringing attention to that, but your officers are afraid of us. Your officers don't need to come around here. They don't need to come out and respond to these ridiculous calls of somebody's trespassing. And the other side note is they want to come out and protect this property owner, right? Who says now that he doesn't want us camping on the property. But as soon as that property owner erects something on his property that he didn't gain the proper permits for, or has a camp out and he doesn't gain the permits for an event, then all of a sudden the police are there again barking at him, telling him he's in violation of city code. So this really isn't about them trying to protect the property owner right now. If they were trying to protect the property owner, they would be in the jails right now trying to figure out how to protect Ammon Bundy and the property of his body and his life. So for them to show up and say, well, this property owner wants us to tell you to leave, we have to do it. But we're not going to go into the private facility and find out how they're abusing people in our county, because that's none of our business. You guys have to understand that the reason they're afraid of us is because they know that they are in bed with this private facility. They know they are overlooking abuses of the American people that are happening, and they don't care. That's why they're on the defense. That's why when they show up with their hands on their guns and their lights and their sirens going. It is not because a mom is standing outside with an American flag that says stop prison abuse. Okay, that's not what's scaring them. Their own actions and their own lack of actions is what is scaring them. Has nothing to do with us being there. So just to wrap this up, we've gotten multiple invitations to camp on other properties around. And so we're going to be getting the camp moved by tomorrow before 1 o'clock. He said he would not grant us any more time to be at the camp that we're on right now, which is fine. We're actually going to be moving to a much better spot, better location, better sound. We'll be able to get through to the guys. So that's great. Their little plan didn't work. And then just to reiterate what I had already said to the officer on the line, we do not want any violence. And if you're on this live feed and you do, find another place. Stay away from me. That's not what we're trying to do. And what we're exposing is so much more important than Brand, I'm gonna have to block you, to be honest, because some of your posts are what they're referring to, and I just don't have time for it. So sorry, buddy. I love you. Take your stand another place, though, because what we're doing out there is trying to expose abuse. We're not trying to have a standoff. Anyway, so just to reiterate that, what I'm trying to host has nothing to do with violence. You don't even have to be armed. In fact, being armed will likely get you shot. So I would highly recommend not being armed. It's your Constitution protected right. So obviously you have to do what you feel is important on that. But that's just something in this location with the message we're trying to deliver. It really distorts the message. It doesn't help the message in this point in time. So I'm not saying it's not ever appropriate. I'm simply saying in this point in time, I don't find it to be appropriate. But if you guys see any comments that I need to know about, please tag me in them. I'm not checking most of my page. I'm not checking updates and comments and whatnot. But anyway, just keep on keeping on. We'll get camp moved. Please come out to the prison. Protest with us. We're having fun. People are great that are showing up. There's lots of families coming. And now we'll be back on private property. So we'll have a little bit more control over the situation. And yeah, it should be great. So that's all. Show up. It's cold out here, so I'm gonna get back on the road, but love you guys. And I don't have any more updates. Let's see. Ammon and Ryan are still in solitary confinement. Some of the guys support what they're doing in there, some of the guys don't. Doesn't matter. Everybody's independent and can do and you know, exercise their rights how they feel they need to do it, how they feel they need to protest inside that facility. So we stand with them and we stand in support of them, and we want the abuse to stop. I think that's all.
Hey guys, this is Rocky, and we've got an update on where we're going to be housing. So John, if you want to explain, go for it, partner.
So we're out here behind the jail right this moment at the back entrance, and we were at the side of it. And we've got some permission from some other property owners out here to move camp. And they gave us unlimited access and time to this camp as long as we want to use this property. And this there's another local out here that has reached out and extended this piece of property all the way up the street, all the way behind the prison if we need to use it.
This is the back entrance to the prison, and we're just maybe a quarter mile down the road. And so we have access to this whole entire piece right here. And go ahead, John, and just...
Then we've also got the other side of the road if we need it, he says, to talk to him about it. He owns the other side of the road, so we got both sides of the road if we need it for signs or any type of event stuff we need here.
And I want to show you guys where we're at. Our camp is literally right there. You see us right there, so we're maybe a quarter mile. And this is Mesquite and Panorama Road. So this is where we're at.
Got a good access here, really, because anybody who goes in the back entrance of the buses, prisoners, or to the front entrance, they have to pass us now. We're actually in a better location than we were before. So it's actually a blessing in disguise.
It has turned into a blessing, guys. So you see people smiling. You seem like you don't want to be on camera, so I'm not going to do that. You're
Not that I'm against it.
but everybody's smiling right now because one door just got closed on us, and the gates of heaven just opened up, guys. I'm telling you. Look at John smile.
We're still at 1776 Mesquite Avenue, though.
Okay.
So it's still going to get the mail here.
Yeah.
We'll notify the mailman again that we changed and moved the address somewhere else.
Yeah, we're just moving our P.O. box, guys. We're moving right here. And I want to show you that this is, I mean, it's open. It's going to be safer for the kids. And that makes me happy. My stress level just went down because we're moving the kids out here and they've got more to play, and they're not so, it's not so dangerous for the kids right now. So that is freaking awesome.
Think about that too. There's 1,100 convicts here. Not really convicts, that we're actually playing right in the back door of them, and it's still not dangerous.
No, we're safer
They're
than
not really convicts. They're accused and they haven't been convicted yet. That's the problem. So
we're not settled yet. The question is, are you settled? No. What we're going to do is we're going to get up at oh God 30 in the morning. We're going to pick up camp and we're going to move it right here. Literally, we're just down a quarter mile.
Quarter mile down the road.
Quarter mile.
Yes.
And this is a better spot.
Yes.
So do you want to say anything about the process that you went to do this?
Well, we've been running all afternoon ever since we got notified by the sheriff.
This guy's been running all afternoon.
Yes. We've been I'm going all over town trying to talk to locals, trying to answer phone calls. I've got tons and tons and tons of messages I haven't even answered back yet. But
leave them alone, guys.
Several of these homeowners have reached out to us, or these landowners, property owners, and locals, and they're opening arms, giving us this whole property down through here. There's actually 2 different property owners, and both of them have given us permission.
Yeah.
So
and we've
all
got
the way through here.
Jeanette Finicum is coming with Lavoie's horse tonight, and so we have access. People are housing the horses.
Yes.
People are opening their homes to us to take showers. And do you want to talk about what happened with the sheriff, or no? Because there's some things you don't talk about, whatever.
The sheriff, we can talk a little bit about it. The sheriff come out here and he didn't even know what he was doing, for one. He's the undersheriff that hasn't been assigned as the undersheriff yet because he can't pass these tests to become a sheriff.
His physical abilities test because he's too fat.
We hope when he's not getting paid his full salary, only half salary, because he's only half undersheriff right now. But we don't know that full details yet. So, but he came out here and first told us we needed a permit for the right-of-way permit for an event. We found out we can't even get one if we wanted to get one, so he didn't know what he was talking about for one. So he was trying to enforce a law that didn't even exist. And then he was giving us a trespass on the property, and he doesn't even know where the property lines are. So we've been dealing with a ton of stuff today, and we're still not sure where the property lines are. At least the county's not. We see survey stakes, but they're telling us the property lines go to one spot in the middle of the road, and other people are telling us no, it goes back 40 feet from there. So we really don't have a lot of answered of where we're camping out now. Who's the property? Does it belong to the county? Does it belong to the landowner? And right now, as it stands, according to the sheriff's department, this whole road out here, if the property owner owns both sides of the road, he can actually shut down the whole highway and not let anybody by. That doesn't make sense. The county would not put a blacktop road through here unless they owned it. They're not going to spend taxpayers' money on property they do not own and upgrade it. So we know this is not true. This property owner here I talked to says his is the same way as the next guy up here, and he pays taxes to the center of the road, but he said it's an easement that belongs to the county and he cannot shut it off. So the property owner up there has the same type of deal that's going on down here, and we know it's not true, but the sheriff's telling us another story. So we're going to try to get to the bottom of this. Our attorney, we are filing an injunction against the sheriff's department hopefully tomorrow, that he stops and cease and desist what he's doing with us here. So we're working on that. We'll have you more answers hopefully soon on that.
But we're also going to do our best to keep this peaceful.
Well, we're doing it peacefully for sure. We're wanting to keep our rights and not let them overrun us by doing the right thing.
And Potts has stepped forward.
Who's this?
You said Phil Potts has stepped.
Oh yeah, yes, they've stepped forward and they're actually helping with some of the filing and stuff. So we don't want to go too deep into that, but he definitely is helping us.
So we've got legal counsel, we've got John Lamb on our side, we've got heaven on our side, and everybody right now is smiling. We're going to be a little bit busy in the morning, so don't bug us until like 2:30 or something. Joseph O'Shaughnessy called me today, and somebody did a live feed on it, and we're going to have to share that later. I can't use my phone and do a live feed, but he is supposed to call tomorrow between 1 and 2 p.m. And he is also, and I'm going to try to get John to do a live feed with that as well. So I want everybody to go to his Facebook at 1, 2 o'clock tomorrow and watch if we're able to do that. We've been a little bit busy. John's been really busy, so we're going to do whatever it is that we can do. So, anything else you want to say?
One thing we're going to do is right up the street here at the back entrance. We're right up against
He's yelling Mount Liberty. Yeah, we got the clouds. Yeah, it's just beautiful. Mount Liberty.
We're going to play some loud music for the prisoners hopefully tomorrow or the next day. Right up behind the prison. We'll be as close as we've ever been by camping next to them and playing music. So this is going to be awesome. They're going to hear us very well inside this prison.
Yeah, so this has worked out for the best.
It has.
Truly for the best. I mean, everything.
It definitely has. We was trying to stay out of this area to give the security their room, because we don't want to infringe upon their security, and we don't want to make them nervous of us, but they gave us no choice but to move here.
People are asking, Caroline Moss is asking, do we need anything?
You know, if anybody is out here, I know some things we need. There's people that have been without sleeping bags. There's been people without, you know, maybe an air mattress.
Air mattresses.
Some of that stuff's cheap at Walmart. If there's people that's coming or going, lawn chairs or, you know, chairs to set on. Just several of the necessities for camping. You got to think about camping. We need camping supplies if we're going to stay here a lot longer. We need just bits and pieces of food every day, which we've been blessed with lots of food. But them are the kind of things we might need out here.
And I want to say that we made soup today as a meal. Do you mind if I put the camera on you? You're the lady that brought the sandwiches. And all of a sudden, bam, sandwiches show up. I mean, soup and sandwiches is a freaking awesome meal, guys. I was so hungry, and would you like a sandwich? Oh my God, yeah.
I ate 2 of those sandwiches. I've been told that tomorrow morning we're gonna have to eat soup for breakfast because we gotta move. So I don't know how happy I'll be with that, but anyway, I'll eat it.
John will be happy. He's so awesome. So what do we need? We need air mattresses. We need a little bit more coffee. We always are in need of ice. A couple more ice chests would be nice. I mean, the big, huge ticket item would be a generator. If somebody local wants to loan us one, somebody wants to buy one, there's actually a local guy here that we can store it at his house. And he's been awesome to us. He's taken care of us. Dave, do you mind if I plug you for a minute? How awesome you are?
No, I'm not into that stuff. It looks like you guys all know about the update and everything.
Yep.
I was really kind of, I don't know, irritated about this whole thing, but I'm starting to like this.
He really was irritated.
It's right here on the corner. Any of the prisoners that are being dieseled, they come in here, they're going to be coming right by us. We got that mound right there. I'm going to put some fence posts in there, and I'm going to mount my flags off of that mound there. This is going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. It'll work. And
it's not hard. It's not easy to get Dave to smile. Dave was smiling and he was giggling. So
I wasn't giggling.
You might have giggled a little bit. Yeah, I think I heard you giggle. So that's the update, and you can hear everybody just really loving it. We love you, Dave. Such a grouchy old shit. Oh, so that's the update, guys. We are literally on the back side of the prison, and this is where the ambulances go in, and when they transport prisoners, they come in right back here. And when you see us do the Jericho March and we go past the back entrance right there, that's where it is. And so this has actually been a blessing in disguise. Our camp is right there. We're literally a quarter mile down the road, and this is going to be great. This has worked out for the best. best. I know. I mean, yeah, we're laughing. Tracy, thank you. Yeah, amen. Absolutely, because this is just one door open and the gates of heaven open. I'm not even kidding. So we are literally on the corner of Mesquite and Panorama. Panorama? Yeah, something like that. Panorama, North Panorama. So this is where we're at. We're all going to be setting up here. Dave's going to pull his trailer down here. He's going to park my little trailer for me, and his trailer is going to be blocking the wind for my trailer, and we're all just pooping roses. This is great, guys. So we're getting up at oh God 30 in the morning. We're going to be packing everything up and just moving down here. No problem. This worked out for the best. So much safer as my stress level was. Oh man, I was getting cranky. I can't even tell you. We've got trucks. People are making a living down the road here with those trucks, and they're paid by the load, and so they're kind of going a little fast, and they're making a living. They're just working people making a living, and we try to stay out of their way, and they're going on the other side of the street to get around us, but they're going a little faster. So my stress level was a little high with the kids out there. I just like, oh God, please. Answered right here. So thank you everybody for sharing, and thank you for watching, and thank you for supporting us and everything that you're doing. And the reason that we're out here is because of what happened to Ammon Bundy, 13 hours in handcuffs. And so we're still going to have the prison mock cell. We're going to put it right out here so everybody can see it. I think tomorrow we might be moving it to town. I don't know if we're going to have any time tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a little bit busy. We've got horses coming. We're moving camp, and it's going to be just fine. It's literally going to be fine, because this is going to be better. So, Camp Freedom, you're looking at it. Out here in the high desert, the winds stink, but it's all good, guys. So, Mesquite is where the prisoner's mail goes. Yeah, yes. So, thank you, everybody. I don't know what else to tell you, but it's going to work out. If you want to come help us move, that's all good. That'd be great. We've got a couple pickup trucks, as you see, so I think we'll be fine. We're going to put a bunch of stuff inside the trailers. The tents will be taken down. I'm ready to roll. I was ready to roll about an hour after I was told, because I mean, I'm used to getting up and moving pretty quick. You know, you throw on a little lipstick and head down the road. So we're good. Thank you, guys, and I'll talk to you later. Yeah, stop prison abuse. That's it. And we'll be continuing to do updates. But John has worked his butt off today. He ran all over, and we're trying to shove some food in him, and he's just been running. So, I mean, tomorrow when we talk to